My mother drunkenly raised her wine glass during our Christmas meal. Aren't you glad I saved you from all that Stanford debt by throwing away that acceptance letter 4 years ago? The cranberry sauce spoon slipped from my fingers and clattered against grandmother's china. What acceptance letter? Mom's laugh tinkled like the bells on our door wreath. She thought I was playing along for the family audience. The Stanford one, silly. The one that came when you were so stressed about college. My stomach dropped through the floor. Mom, I never got an acceptance letter from Stanford. Her perfectly lipsticked smile faltered slightly. The wine glass wavered in her manicured hand. Of course you did, sweetheart. A thick envelope arrived with the red logo. I remember because Dad was traveling for business. You told me I was rejected, I whispered. My voice was barely audible over Bing Crosby crooning from the speakers. You said they sent a thin envelope. You said my essays weren't strong enough. The dining room seemed to shrink. Mom set down her glass carefully. Her holiday sweater with the dancing reindeer suddenly looked garish. Well, I meant I decided it wasn't right for you. The tuition was $70,000 a year, Katie. We couldn't remortgage the house for that. I was protecting you from crushing debt. Grandpa's fork crashed onto his plate. Margaret, what did you just say? Mom turned to her father. Color drained from her face. Dad, you don't understand. Private school tuition is insane these days. I understand perfectly. Grandpa's voice was deadly quiet. I put aside $300,000 in a college fund specifically for Katie's education. I told you about it when she was 16. The room went arctic cold. My aunts and uncles froze mid-bite. Uncle Terry still had a Brussels sprout suspended on his fork. College fund? I managed to choke out. Grandpa's weathered hands shook as he pulled out his phone. He scrolled through his banking app with surprising speed for 78. The one I started when you were born. I told your mother to use it for any school you got into. Stanford, Harvard, wherever your dreams took you. Mom's face had gone from pale to ghost white. Dad, we thought that money was for emergencies. You thought? Grandpa's voice rose. What about when you decided to buy that new car or renovate the kitchen? My mind was racing like a horrible calculator. 4 years had passed. 4 years at State. I worked 30 hours a week at a coffee shop. You threw away my Stanford acceptance? The words came out broken and sharp as glass ornaments. Honey, State University gave you a perfectly good education. I wanted to study bioengineering. I screamed. I stood so fast my chair toppled backward. Stanford has one of the best programs in the world. Instead, I'm an accountant. I'm an accountant when I could have been developing medical devices. We did what we thought was best. Dad finally spoke up. He sat at his end of the table, not meeting my eyes. State was a practical university. You graduated debt-free. Debt-free? I laughed, but it sounded more like sobbing. I worked every weekend, every holiday, every summer for textbooks and rent. I ate ramen for 3 years straight. My roommate thought I had an eating disorder. But you're successful now. Mom tried weakly. I make $52,000 a year doing tax returns. Tears streamed down my face. My Stanford friends work at huge tech companies and world-changing startups. You know what they ask me? They ask why I didn't apply to Stanford. They say I was the smartest one in our summer program group. Grandpa stood up. His Marine Corps posture remained perfect despite his age. You stole her future, Margaret. You stole my granddaughter's dreams to pay for your luxury car. We were going to tell her eventually. When? I demanded. When I'm 40? 50? When it's too late to do anything about it? The Christmas music kept playing absurdly in the background. Silent Night had never felt more wrong. Katie, Mom reached for me. I stepped back. Don't. Just don't. I looked around the table at my family. We pretended to have a Norman Rockwell Christmas every year. You watched me cry about those rejection letters. You held me while I sobbed. I thought I wasn't good enough. You knew the whole time. Grandpa pulled out his phone again. He opened a different app. Margaret, I'm calling my lawyer tomorrow morning. You have gotten enough from the both of us. I will be removing you from the will. Everything goes to Katie now. Dad, you can't be serious. I've never been more serious in my life. You betrayed your daughter and you betrayed my trust. Katie gets everything. The house, the investments, all of it. He turned to me with soft but determined eyes. Stanford has a great graduate program. We're going to make this right. We walked toward out, leaving the ruined Christmas dinner behind. Mom sat, surrounded by her renovation.